You know, in my opinion, bodybuilding can be one of the greatest tools of personal development. I think the lessons and insights and what we can take away into our character development, into our skill sets, into our mindset can be truly transformative if we allow it to be and we look at it through the proper lens. So many people see bodybuilding as a physical art. It's all about the physical development. And those people get a lot of growth physically out of it. But if you don't look at bodybuilding as a way that it can improve the overall quality of your life, in my opinion, you're missing out on some of the most important aspects of what this great sport, of what this great hobby, of what this great lifestyle can teach us. And in today's episode of The Rebuilt Man, I'm going to talk to you and share with you my journey through bodybuilding and 5 key lessons that helped me overcome a 20-year pornography addiction back in 2019 and has set me on the path to creating 2 top 100 podcasts in the US, launching the #1 coaching organization for men struggling with pornography, and creating a massive movement that reaches close to 100,000 men every single month. For those of you that are new here, my name is Coach Frank Rich, founder of Rebuilt Recovery and host of the Rebuilt Men podcast. And it is our mission to help men become better men by quitting porn and rebuilding their lives. And if you're new to the podcast here, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to turn those post notifications on, guys. We drop 3 episodes every single week to give you the tactics, strategies, mindset, and tools needed to transcend this addiction and go on to live the life that you're here to live. Back in 2019, my life changed forever. At that point, I was 36 years old and had been struggling with a pornography addiction since my teenage years. And it had been 30 years since I'd first saw porn. And I'd gone on to succeed in bodybuilding, have some successes in the business and corporate world, launched a few businesses, built some incredible partnerships and affiliates all across the world. But despite having some success in what people would deem the important things in life, for 20 plus years, I felt shallow and empty, like there was a missing part inside of me. And when I got on the other side of this pornography addiction, the way that I saw the world, the way that I saw myself stepping into the world, the way that I saw people and my ability to help and serve other people radically changed. And it set me down this path of sharing my story with the superhuman life. Our first 20, 30 episodes were really focused in and around addiction, recovery, overcoming trauma, setbacks, trials, tribulations. But as the podcast began to build some momentum, right? Guys started to reach out, Frank, can you help me? And I took a leap of faith in January of 2020. And really since that day, I positioned myself in the marketplace as the #1 coach in the world. And I stand behind that. Our approach is truly unique. Our results are the best in class like no other. And it's built on foundational principles of success, a truly fully integrated, holistic approach to porn addiction recovery built on growth-centric principles that I learned through bodybuilding, that I learned through building businesses, that I learned through entrepreneurship and leadership developments. So there's 5 lessons, guys, that bodybuilding taught me in a 9-year competitive career, but really 20 plus years of it being a part of my life. And still to this day, I see myself as a bodybuilder. I wrote an article back in 2018 for Frank Rich Fitness. Are you a bodybuilder is what I titled it. I think a lot of people will think bodybuilders are the Arnold Schwarzeneggers, the Derek Lunsfords of today, the Chris Bumsteads, these guys that walk across stage larger than life. But the article, I made an argument that if you use training and nutrition to change your physical development, you are a bodybuilder. You don't have to be a competitive bodybuilder. If you work out to lose weight, that's bodybuilding. If you work out to build muscle, that's bodybuilding. If you want to build a more aesthetic physique, that's bodybuilding. Six-pack abs, that's bodybuilding. Okay? So there were 5 lessons that I got through my competitive career that when I finally made a decision back in 2019 that I was done with pornography forever, these lessons, this development in me is what enabled me to succeed. And the first thing that bodybuilding taught me was how to step into and create a new identity. And it taught me that I could succeed at doing this. You see, growing up, I came from an overweight, unhealthy family. We identified ourselves as big boned, right? Maybe some of you have heard that before. I can remember feeling ashamed of having to buy my jeans in a Husky department at the department store, the Husky division. Okay, Husky was the jeans that were not the slim fit jeans. They were made for bigger kids. Now, despite being an athlete, I struggled with weight my entire life. I had a nickname on the freshman basketball team, Fat Frank. So my weight brought bullying. It brought guilt. It brought shame. But when I stepped into the gym, I began to see people that had also struggled with their weight early on in their life, but now they were walking around shredded and lean. So I set down the path of learning how to change the way I saw myself. And as I began to lose the weight and build some confidence in the way that I looked, I saw myself through a different lens. So bodybuilding taught me that I could change the way I saw myself and fully step into and create a new identity. The second thing that bodybuilding taught me was that it is okay to seek out and ask for help. From the day that I first walked into Gold's Gym in Land O'Lakes, Florida at 15 years old, I saw other people doing what I wanted to do, and I wasn't afraid to ask them for help. Guys like Mark in the gym that were 20 plus years my senior, but saw something inside of me, and they taught me the way. They taught me exercises. They taught me nutrition. They taught me respect for the gym. And then when I got into my competitive career, I knew that I wasn't going to succeed at competing alone. I needed to hire a coach. That was really my first time hiring a coach, taking money out of my pocket and putting it into somebody else's bank account to teach me the things I wanted to learn. Now, doing that taught me that you can trust other people and you find experts. And then when I got into business building and entrepreneurship, I hired business coaches and mentors. And then I got into high performance coaching. And then I've worked with optimization and time management experts. These days, I still seek out experts in many areas of my life. I've worked with speaking coaches. I've worked with podcast experts. We've hired YouTube ad specialists. But bodybuilding taught me that it's okay to seek out and ask for help. And that's the second thing here. Number 3, bodybuilding taught me how to set clearly specific and defined goals. Not I want to lose weight, but I'm going to compete on this day in this division, in this weight class. That then carried over into business once again. And then that carried over into, I'm not trying to quit porn. I'm committed to becoming the man that I need to be. It's a clearly defined goal. Trying to quit something is not a goal. Setting the goal on, I'm becoming this man. This is what I do. This is who he is. This is what I think about as that man. Something bodybuilding taught me. And then once I have that goal, the fourth thing that bodybuilding taught me was how to take a goal and break it down into a clearly actionable plan. If I'm going to compete in 16 weeks as a heavyweight, what does my training look like for the next 16 weeks? What is my cardio regimen? Leaning into the experts. What is my nutrition? What is my sleep? What is my optimization, recovery? Okay, I've leaned into experts, but through those experts, we built clearly definable plans that I could take action on every single day. So bodybuilding taught me to create a new identity and prove to me that I could succeed at doing it. Bodybuilding taught me that it's okay to seek out help and hire experts. Bodybuilding taught me how to make clearly specific goals with a time in mind, and how to take that goal and break it down into a plan. And the fifth and final thing that bodybuilding taught me was how to lean into growth through discomfort. How to lean into discomfort for the opportunity for growth. You will not grow if you don't put yourself through pain. You will not step into the new identity that you've created yourself without going through some trials and tribulations that you've never been through before. You want to grow a muscle, you got to move more weight, do more reps than you've ever done before. You want to lose body fat, you have to do more work. Expend more calories than what you consume on a day-to-day basis. You want to learn, grow, evolve through your struggle with pornography. You have to be willing to sit in the pain and the discomfort and learn the lessons that it's trying to teach you. If you will succeed at overcoming pornography addiction, it will require you establishing a new identity. Chances are it will require you seeking out and asking for help. You 100% must make clearly definable goals for the future and break those goals into daily actionable plans. And if you're truly going to succeed at overcoming your pornography addiction for good and creating a life of freedom, you have to learn to find the growth in the discomfort. 5 lessons that helped me, 5 lessons that you must learn in your journey. Guys, I hope that this was helpful. If it was, subscribe, hit that like button on YouTube, guys. Blow that like button up. We need to feed this algorithm, and that is one of the best ways that you can support us here. If you're listening on the audio side, guys, take a moment after today's episode and leave us a 5-star rating and written review. But if you're looking for some help, guys, if you're like, all this sounds great, Frank, but I need some help, I'm ready to admit that number 2 hit me today. We'll drop a link down to our coaching application page, guys, okay? We're just opening up a brand new month here. We have a handful of slots open to take on one-to-one clients. Fill the link out, click the link, fill the application out, and book a call. 5 lessons, guys. I hope it helped. It changed my life. God bless you, Coach Frank of the Rebuild Man. We love you. We'll see you in the next one.